Now we're going to go on to some more types of phishing attacks. And now we're going to get into farming, or better known as DNS poisoning. And so, what this type of attack is, it's a sophisticated form of a phishing attack that involves the internet's domain name system, or better known as DNS. In a farming attack, what is happening is the traffic is getting rerouted to legitimate web traffic from legitimate web traffic to a spoof page, often to steal that valuable information. So what it's going to do is, say you're going to Facebook.com and it takes you to a different site that looks exactly like Facebook, but that is not Facebook, in order for you to enter in your Facebook credentials so that the attacker can then have your credentials. This is a little bit more of a sophisticated attack, so it's not done as much, but it is one that is a bit scary none the least. Some of the things for to look in this type of attack to look for is first insecure websites. So you want to make sure that inside your web browser you're seeing that lock on the left hand side. I believe in most web browsers it is saying that it is a secure website. If you are going to a website that's normally frequent or a well-known site, 9 times out of 10 they will have that lock on it, showing that it is a secure site. And then secondly, it's going to be website inconsistencies. So if you were to go to Facebook.com and you're seeing that it just looks a little off, it's a little different than what you're normally used to, I would try Facebook on a completely different network and see if you're getting the same type of results. And if they look completely different or things were just off, there's a good chance that you may have been exposed to a DNS poisoning or farming attack. The next type of attack, phishing attack, is called smishing. What smishing is, and a lot of us get this often. It's phishing, but except they're sending you via text message. The reason why attackers like to use this because people are more likely to trust a text on their phone than an email. People always get a lot of spam mail, a lot of junk mail, so they're a little more known about the insecurities within email. But because a phone number is something a little bit more personal, attackers are now seen using that route a little bit more. And sometimes they pose as legitimate representatives to steal personal data or to get you to click a message in the link. So they may be asking you, hey, when's the last time you updated your voter registration, or sign into this link so that you can reset your Instagram or Facebook password. And these are just to take you to malicious links that they can further steal your information. Or they may ask you to call customer service, in which you may call an individual and the person you're speaking with may be asking you for a social security number or credit card number, and because of those giving out those things, it puts you at risk for way more. And what to look for in these type of attacks is first an abnormal area code. If you're getting a call from, say, someone claiming to be your banker or someone claiming to be another company, make sure it's an area code you're familiar with. If you're banking in Georgia and you're getting a call from someone in Washington, it's not a 1-800 number. There's a good chance that that may not be a legitimate call. The second thing to look for is a sense of urgency. It may be hey, respond back to this text message very fast, or log in to reset your password immediately. It may be at risk. And so it's those type of when it creates that sense of urgency that can make users go into um, doing these actions without taking a second thought. Lastly would be unknown or hidden phone numbers. If you're unable to see a phone number, or you're not able to give that phone number a call back, there's a good chance that that number may be one that is being used for this type of attack. The next type of attack is a phishing attack. It's essentially the same thing as a smishing or email phishing, but except these are direct phone calls. So they're using phone calls to steal user information. They may often pose as bankers, the IRS. A lot of us has gotten these different type of calls, and so these are the things to look out for. When getting random phone calls from parties we do not know. So what this relies on, it kind of relies on convincing victims they're doing the right thing by responding. So it's saying, hey, verify your information now so you can ensure that your information is protected in the future. So they're trying to convince users to do things out of the ordinary or provide information that they may not necessarily have in order to use that information for other things, whether it be social security number, whether it be card number, things of those nature. These scammers can place hundreds of calls at a time using VoIP. technology, and they can spoof caller ID to make it seem like it's coming from a trusted source. So the number may show up as a 1-800 number, and it may look like it's coming from a legitimate business, but in reality, it is not. Some of the things to look for in this type of attack, first, is going to be that abnormal area code. It's going to be the same thing. It's going to be that abnormal area code, that sense of urgency, and those unknown and hidden numbers. Getting calls. A lot of our phones nowadays are pretty good at flagging these spam calls, but it still takes us to do our due diligence and take that extra step and making sure that when we're getting these calls that we're finding ways to verify or saying, hey, let me call the company directly and see if I can get the same type of information.